and then as soon as I start the music, you
My
hit.
finger's on the button.
Because it's going to go quick.
Well, I'm quick.
I'm not sure if you... Are you? Are we good?
You are now listening to Lower Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Huh? Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Let's get it.
What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you yet another time for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, per usual, Jason. How you doing today?
Good. So we just went through the Arby's drive-thru. Technically, I had Jimmy John's eating in the drive-thru at Arby's. I wanted Jimmy John's. Estelle wanted Arby's. So
Boy,
I have
that is gutsy. That is very I don't know, gutsy. It's just arrogant. It's brash. It's inconsiderate.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm really trying to get into ketosis.
Mm-hmm. So you get
And
the unwich.
I got the unwich. Number 7 is Spicy Italian Club unwich. It is a fabulous sandwich.
Yeah,
Really, really good.
sure.
And I didn't want to eat Arby's. I like Arby's.
But she just had to rub their noses in it, eat it right in their faces.
Okay, so
I mean, Arby's should have a good keto option. Their whole motto is "We have the meats."
yes,
If they don't have a good keto option,
I could I could pick the bread off.
no, but they should be doing it for you.
Yes.
like Jimmy John's does.
Yes. The
Why-
unwich is a great
It's
sandwich.
a good deal.
I actually prefer it. I think you can taste the combination of flavors better. The bread
I
a
can
lot
see
of
that.
times soak up the flavor.
I can see that.
And I mean, bread
the
is
Jimmy
fine,
John's
but
bread is a very dense bread.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very unique.
If you like dense bread, it's good.
Obviously,
If you don't, maybe not so much.
sure. Mm-hmm.
But-
So you just ate your thing right in front of them. And,
I did.
boy.
I did. I was trying to, be. At first, I was going to be sly about it. I thought, no, I need to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm eating right now. That's
Right.
what's happening.
Well, I feel like that wouldn't be like I saw somebody walk into Panera with a Starbucks cup and just sit down once.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's pretty gutsy.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because those are competing interests.
Now,
I mean,
I've
you
taken-
could tell Arby's, like if the person called you out on it, be like, bro, what are you doing? You could say, listen, if you had this, I'd have ordered it here, but you
Yeah.
don't have this that I'm eating right now.
Yes.
You go into Panera,
They have coffee.
they got coffee there.
Yeah.
It's a coffee place,
Right.
Well,
Unless you get one of the fancy coffees.
I think they even have fancy coffees at Panera,
Do
don't
they?
they?
I don't
Do
know.
they have baristas?
I don't know. I just get the black coffee.
I just get the black coffee as well, but I don't know. I don't like that. I would never do that.
So I have a question. As I was driving, eating my sandwich,
Uh-huh.
I noticed that I got a little bit in my beard.
Sure. As you do.
It happens.
Mhm.
So just a quick question about etiquette, beard etiquette.
Mhm. We talk a lot about etiquette on the show. In fact, one of my 3 things is specifically an etiquette question.
Okay. I
We
was
could
going
do
to
a
save
whole
this
series
I know.
on etiquette.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want it to be.
Sometimes it will be.
Well, sometimes. It's one of the many things.
So the beard food etiquette?
yes.
I don't
so
understand.
For myself, this is me.
Sure.
If I get something in my beard,
Yeah.
I'm not cleansing the beard until after I'm done eating.
Oh, I see. You're not
Okay.
going to keep on going to the beard
Yeah.
to clean it.
So many, many times I like sloppy, messy food.
Sure.
I mean, the
doesn't?
sloppier the better.
Yeah, I've
it's
always
fun.
said that. Mm-hmm.
And so eating a sloppy Joe.
There's your prime
Listen,
example.
It's
of
a sloppy
food.
sandwich. You
Let's
eat it.
just real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just do the Mount Rushmore of sloppy foods.
Sloppy Joe is the
Sloppy
George Washington.
Joe is the George Washington.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say
Ribs.
Ribs are very messy because your fingers and it's finger food and it's messy.
Yeah.
Would you put wings in that category?
Well, I had the thought. I feel like, I mean, obviously we're going to flesh this out. We're going to find out. Maybe wings
listen,
end
I think nachos could be very messy.
nachos can be very messy.
Doesn't have to be, but like loaded nachos, messy.
I mean, this isn't the same kind of messy, but like a Nature Valley bar. I mean, every
crumble.
bite just crumbs. Just more crumbs get on me than in my mouth.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's a crummy.
I don't think it's crummy. I don't think it's messy.
I don't think it's messy.
I apply messy with moistness. It's got to be moist and sloppy.
How about an ice cream cone on a 100-degree day?
Absolutely. That's the Abraham
You
Lincoln
get
right
right
there.
to it.
Yeah.
Is there anything more frustrating than watching a little kid
No.
eat an ice cream cone?
I will not order my kids in ice cream cones.
I'm just
I'm putting
what
it
are
in a
you
bowl.
doing? And
Yeah.
they just, and they, you know what I mean? And it's just dripping down their hands. I'm like, this is not difficult. You
No.
start on the bottom, you work
Yeah.
your way around.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
You stay on
But
top of
it's
it. Now,
so
if you ordered
frustrating.
one in Prospect, you can't. On a 100-degree day,
Yeah,
you
can't
cannot
keep up with it
No,
because of
it's
the amount of
ginormous.
ice cream they give you
yeah.
per cone. I mean, you got to get right to it. I mean, you're basically got to be eating the ice cream.
Yeah.
There's no licking.
No.
If you get the shell, though, it holds it.
It does.
in, and then you can work down, and it holds.
I like
it in.
the shell.
Mhm.
I also like it tipped upside down in a cup.
You know what I love?
Yeah.
The little crunchy things. What are those things?
Oh, yeah. Like crunch.
Is it just a
Yeah,
crunch?
yeah.
I'll take that over the shell.
Listen, I'll take a waffle cone over anything.
Well, come on. What are we talking about? A waffle cone. Anybody that says they like a sugar cone better than like a waffle cone?
No.
That's impossible.
It's impossible.
A sugar cone is styrofoam
Yes.
with just a little bit of sugar in it. Barely.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the ice cream, you wouldn't eat it.
No.
I mean, does anybody just grab a waffle? I mean, I would eat a waffle cone by itself.
Minus the ice cream.
Minus the ice cream.
Yeah.
I do
all
that
day.
all day. I would never eat a sugar. I just never be like, I'm just going to grab a sugar cone and a cup of milk and eat this
no.
thing. That would
No.
never happen.
No. Now, the waffle cone, is that what they have in the prepackaged drumsticks?
Yeah.
Those,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
those are excellent.
Well, those are also, I think, coated in chocolate on the inside.
Yes, I
and
love
then there's
that.
like a
I love that
chocolate-
little
I know.
thing.
Me
Listen,
too.
the little triangle at the end.
It's great.
It's
a
great.
reward for all of your hard work to get to that point.
It's my favorite. I love it.
It's really good. Sloppy Joes.
Yeah.
Ribs.
Ribs. I'm gonna say loaded nachos
Loaded
and ice cream.
nachos and
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah,
Ice cream cone
ice cream cone,
on a
hot
hot
day.
day. Yeah.
That's pretty messy.
Are we missing anything?
I don't know. There's lots of dips. So like like a chili. Like
I mean,
if
there
you
are
do
some
Fritos-
burgers that are really messy. If you get the
Yes.
right burger.
I love
like a
sloppy burgers.
like a chili cheeseburger.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
coney dog, a foot-long coney dog.
Footlong coney
because
dog's
it's
pretty
falling.
messy.
Yeah, let's do that.
What are we going to take off? We can't take off ribs or sloppy Joe.
No.
That's obvious.
So either ice cream or nachos.
Either
I'd
ice
take
cream-
off nachos.
Okay, we'll take off
nachos. Don't
nachos.
have to be sloppy.
They don't have to be.
No.
You can. There's a right way to do it.
A foot-long, specifically foot-long,
Footlong coney.
chili, coney cheese chili dog.
Yeah, that's pretty sloppy.
Okay, so you're eating any of those,
I'll eat all of those at once.
and you get something in your beard.
Mm-hmm.
My wife or my kids
Yeah.
or anybody I'm around would
Sure.
instantly say,
Yeah,
you've got something in your beard.
as they should.
And the response of every man with a beard says,
Thank you.
no, I'm saving it for later.
First of all, I don't.
I say that
have-
every time.
I don't have a beard that's long enough to really catch things like
Yeah.
yours does. you
No,
know?
I always say, "No, I'm saving it for later.
Yeah,
And everybody cringes.
it's cringy.
But, I mean, how later? I'm not talking like 4
You're
hours
talking
down the
at
road.
the end of
Like at the end of the meal.
the meal.
Or at the end of the sloppiness.
I feel like the food eating etiquette with a beard is when somebody points it out, you pick it out. I mean, you don't just let it
Instantly?
sit there. It's gross. And then I got to eat and watch this thing.
Don't look
dangling
at
off your
me. Go
beard.
look that way.
I just know it's there. It's hard. It's like in my peripheral.
So you expect me to wipe my face between every bite?
if that's what it takes. I, mean,
I
if
don't
that's
like
what
it.
You're eating.
I won't do it.
Well, I'm not making you, but I feel like it's proper.
Beard etiquette. I think other people should appreciate the fact that it's difficult to eat food with a beard at times.
Nobody's making you do it. Nobody's putting a gun to your head telling you got to grow a long beard.
That
You
is
know,
true.
With great with a great beard comes great responsibility.
That is true. I might have to second guess that. So I would say proper etiquette would be to remove it every time.
Yes.
From a bearded man perspective, I don't think it's
if
necessary.
If you're just a guy with other guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You're watching a football game.
If there's
which
women
nobody
and
does
children
anymore.
around, you know what I mean? They can't handle that sort of thing.
Bunch of guys at a football party.
Uh-huh.
Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Only dudes.
Dudes.
Guys eating nachos. Get stuff in his beard.
Mm-hmm.
The guy next to him says, dude, you got something in your beard.
Yeah.
And I'm saving it for later.
Yeah.
Right? What else do you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to be all apologetic. You'd be like,
Yeah, I know. I put it there when it fell off my face into my beard. And I'm okay with it.
Beards are not very sanitary.
They say that. I think it acts like an N95 filter. I think it filters everything out.
I'm quite sure it's just as effective.
That was my first thing, beard etiquette.
Okay.
What's your
That
first
was your
thing?
first thing?
That was my first thing.
I didn't even do the whole what's your first thing? We bring 3 things every week. You just jumped right into your first thing.
I did. Now, before we get into your first thing,
yeah,
we do need to address the hashtag part of your team.
Oh, right.
So we have a couple people
Mm-hmm.
have already done
So
it.
for the whole month of September,
Correct.
we are doing a giveaway.
Yes.
So if you comment on YouTube or Facebook,
Any social media.
specifically YouTube or Facebook, that's
Yeah.
your best bet. And then hashtag part of the team,
Yes.
and then say whatever you want to say.
Right.
Jason's an idiot. Jason's dumb. Jason's ugly. He looks,
Yeah, whatever.
unkempt,
I don't
any
care.
of those things. But hashtag part of the team, and then you will be entered to win a $50 gift card to
Which-
a restaurant of your choosing.
We will be drawing it live. Yeah.
Live.
Live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
So, yeah, hashtag part of the team.
Yeah.
So your first thing is beard etiquette.
Beard etiquette.
Okay. My first thing is, I've been going on a lot of bike rides lately. Specifically,
I saw that. I saw the post that you sent.
Yeah.
Or
I
a picture.
I rode my bike to Prospect from roughly
Marion.
here. It's about
Yeah.
16 miles. Took me about an hour and a half or something like that. It's a good bike ride.
Yeah.
Brought me back to my childhood, riding my bike into Prospect. It was a good feeling.
Yeah.
Felt really good.
Swim at the pool.
I did, naked. I went to the park, of course.
Yeah.
A couple of things. First of all, this is not my thing, but I was really disappointed. So I'm on my way into Prospect, and I brought some water with me for the ride, but I drank it all. And so I thought, well,
The fountain is
once I
unhooked.
get no, it's actually they hooked it back up. So
Okay.
that's not my problem. I just thought I'll go to the store and I'll just get a drink there.
Yeah.
And have my wallet with me. So I can drink all this now because when I get to the store, I'll get a drink. So I walked into the IGA, and it's like
It's not the IGA.
it's like somebody just put a gun to the head of my childhood and just blew it up.
Yeah.
I just walked in, and the IGA when we were kids, it had a little checkout thing,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was like now it's like a crappy 7-Eleven. I mean, not even a good 7-Eleven. It's like a knockoff 7-Eleven, like
Yeah.
a 612 or something like that, you
Yeah.
know? And it's mostly a place for alcohol and lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And then there's a wall of drinks and then some other miscellaneous items. It's awful. And I hated it.
I
And
bought some charcoal there.
I was so disappointed in the whole experience. It
Yeah.
made me so upset. I mean, I got all of these. Now, you and I, we grew up going to Prospect, the town of Prospect, Ohio.
Yeah.
We did a whole episode with Brandon Levings
Yeah.
on Prospect.
Yeah.
But I literally turned the corner I rode in on Dunbar.
Yeah.
I turned the corner onto 47, and I smelled Prospect.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even explain
Yeah.
what it smells like, but I was like, that smells
Scioto
like
River.
Prospect. Scioto River,
Carp tournament.
Farmers Exchange, a little bit of Pierce's Pizza in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, nostalgia
Oh,
overload.
by the way, really quick, stop right there.
Yeah.
The smell of Pierce's Pizza. My wife bought this shirt.
Yeah, did you get it from Guy Fieri?
I don't know who that is. And when I went to put it on today, it's been washed, by the way. When I went to she got it at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to put it on, I smelled pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the guy that wore this prior either A, worked in a pizza shop,
Yeah.
or B, ate lots of pizza.
Or both.
That is true. It could be both. I didn't consider
But even
that.
after the wash, it smelled
Yeah.
of pizza.
Yeah, somewhere about right here.
anyway, so that was upsetting.
You smelled Prospect.
I smelled Prospect, and then I got over it. I rode to Prospect Park. That they're still doing great things at Prospect
Yeah,
Park. So
absolutely
I'm still,
the best.
You can go back there.
Best park in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best park in America. Other parks might have some amenities that this one doesn't, but no other park has the nostalgia.
Yeah. I mean, for us.
For us. But they're still doing their thing at Prospect.
Dollar for dollar, pound for pound.
It still feels they got a couple of new things going on, but all of the old things are there for the most part, and still feels very much like the park that I went to when I was a kid, and I like that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I am going on bike rides. And the other day I had a strange experience. I was riding through my neighborhood, kind of close to my neighborhood. My daughter and I are riding along. And I turned the corner, and there's close to my neighborhood are some nicer houses than mine. You know what I mean? It kind of scales up, whatever. And I'm in
the closer you get to my house.
Sure. And I'm in one of the like a road that's got some nicer houses, certainly all nicer than mine.
Yes.
And I see taking his trash out to the road, my mailman. Now, I know being a mailman, I'm sure he makes more money than I do.
Yeah.
It's not a bad job.
No.
It's good benefits.
Yeah.
His wife might work. First of all, it was strange to see my mailman
outside of the mail.
Outside of delivering mail to my house. I like my mailman, by the way. He's a great mailman.
Yeah.
Gets along with my
The
dog.
best. Yeah.
He's literally the best mailman
Ever.
one could have.
Yeah.
I'm good relationship with him. Don't know his name. And but I see him and it just kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, it feels like,
hey, what are you doing here? I live here.
I know. And I just didn't, well, I kind of like briefly made eye contact with him, then I just kind of rode my bike away. I didn't talk to him or anything. And I talked to him when he walks by. And I just felt like, I should live in a better house than you. You deliver mail to my house.
You're my servant.
Like the servant can't be greater than the master.
Yeah.
And I know he makes more money. It's a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling in cash. I get that. It just seems strange that he had a nicer house than me.
Yeah.
And it was a weird experience seeing my mailman out in life. It was strange.
That leads into my number 2. Is there more to it?
No. That's it.
Okay. This is a would you rather. I know you like would you rathers.
I do like would you rathers.
Would you rather live in a utopian society as a normal person or a dystopian futuristic society where you are the supreme ruler?
It's the old would you rather serve in heaven or rule in hell?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's that bad.
Well,
Dystopian, I mean, it's just everything's broken down. Dystopian future doesn't mean hell.
The utopia, I'm just a regular person?
You're just a normal person.
I'll take that.
Normal?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't want to be supreme. Your servant, you're upset that your mailman has a bigger house than you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want to be the supreme ruler?
I mean, there is a pull to it. I'm not going to lie. I had to think about it.
I mean, you have people at this point serving you.
But
Supreme
I feel
ruler.
like I would my whole goal then would be to make things better as
for
the
who?
ruler.
For you or for everybody?
For everybody. I'd want to make
you?
What?
Huh?
I'd want to make things better, and I feel like that's a lot of work. And if there's already this utopian society, and I can just be
chill.
a guy,
Yeah.
and if it is utopia, then I don't really have to work. I can kind of do what I want to do.
That's where it breaks down. See, that's the beginning
it's my
of
laziness.
Yeah.
That it's not.
See, I don't
have
think that's
enough
good.
ambition.
Yeah, I don't think that's good.
So you'd rather rule?
I think supreme ruler in a dystopian future.
I mean, it's a good gig if you can get it. If there can only be one though. So
supreme ruler. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I have, like people that report to me that they have high positions too.
Yeah.
Not supreme, but they're just leaders.
Yeah.
I'm supreme leader. They're just leaders.
And you got the button under your desk that
they
releases
trap
a
door,
trap door every once in a while just to keep
Fire
everybody
pit.
in order.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of one of the minions or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably live in a nice house.
Well, a castle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
A pyramid. I'd make them build me a pyramid.
Pyramid, really?
Yeah. An American pyramid. Yeah.
I mean, does anybody you don't live in pyramids.
Well,
you
when
die
you're dead,
in
no,
pyramids.
you don't die in the pyramid. You
Well,
spend
if you're
eternity.
married to the guy, then yeah, you die in the pyramid.
And all of his animals.
Yeah.
And sometimes kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I just read that they found Joseph's tomb in Egypt.
that they found that a long
The
time ago.
pyramid where he was. You're up on all that kind of stuff.
I am up on that. I've been on the Egyptian bandwagon for a long time. Many years. I just subscribed,
Good
by the way,
point.
to UFO TV. It's $10 a month. It's fabulous television. There's a series on it. This is not my Netflix suggestion of the week, but there's a series called Watchers. And it is a biblical perspective about aliens and UFOs and the Nephilim and all things like that. Giants. Yeah. It's really good.
UFO TV.
Yeah.
$10 you're paying for this.
I did
A
it.
month?
Yeah. Yeah, or $99 a year if you just want to pay it.
If you're committed, but you're not doing that.
Listen, I'm going to do it for 1 month. I'm going to watch as much as I
Rip
can.
through
Yeah.
all the UFO stuff.
This weekend I watched a lot of UFO stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Torah code. Are you familiar with this?
No.
In the first 5 books of the Bible,
Uh-huh.
it's referred to as the Torah.
Well, I knew that.
Okay, listen.
I don't know this code that you speak
There's
of.
a code embedded into the Torah, and it's equilateral, skipped equilateral distance or something like that. If you skip every 32 letters, it spells something.
Yeah.
And
They've done this with
No.
Shakespeare and other things, too.
okay,
I
you're
mean,
wrong. You need to watch this. Just watch the Torah code. I'll send you a link.
on UFO TV.
Yes.
I'm not going to pay for it.
Listen, you have to
Can
watch
you
it.
give me your
It-
login?
Yeah, it might be on YouTube too.
It probably is.
It probably is. But these things like 9/11 is in the Torah code. It is,
Okay.
and it's way more than what I care to get into
Sure.
right now. Because listen, that's
Yeah.
it's a whole nother episode by itself.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Stop. It's real.
Okay.
It's 100%
No,
real.
I believe you, man. It's a real thing. I mean, I'm happy that
I'm done.
you're happy.
It's real.
Uh-huh.
Check it out. Torah
Okay.
code.
It makes me very happy that Baby Yoda is back there, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
It's our best edition yet.
It is. I thought the shopping cart was right up there.
The shopping cart's great. I'm so excited for Mandalorian,
Yes.
the new season, October 30th. I've
Yeah.
been watching it again, and I've been watching the behind-the-scenes Mandalorian
Oh, yeah.
documentary thing.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
I think it's my favorite Star Wars thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's very good.
It's perfect, actually.
It is perfect.
There's nothing that I would change about it.
Yeah. It really is perfect.
It's funny when it needs to be funny.
yeah.
It's serious when it reminds me of. So Jon Favreau said instead of watching and studying the old Star Wars movies, they studied the things that influenced George Lucas.
Oh.
So they studied old Western movies
Yeah.
and old samurai movies. And they said we wanted to keep the Star Wars things consistent, you know what I mean, to not break out of the rules and stuff.
Although they broke a major rule.
What's
the
that?
eyeglasses.
What?
The doctor has eyeglasses.
I didn't know that was a rule.
Nobody in Star Wars wears glasses.
Really?
None.
How did I not know this?
And the doctor walks into the room. I think episode 1 or maybe 2. It might be 1.
Yeah.
And the doctor walks in. He's wearing white, and the Mandalorian is going to
Yeah.
shoot him.
Yeah.
He has eyeglasses on.
That's funny.
But George Lucas never wanted eyeglasses because it's a modern thing that we would have today.
Right.
Like that would never be a thing a long time ago in a faraway galaxy.
What about Maz? She's got those things.
It's not glasses. It's like
Goggles.
goggles or seeing. It's not eyeglasses.
Okay.
So it
that
broke a
doctor is
major
a big
rule.
part of the plot.
Yeah.
He's a clone doctor.
Yeah.
Um.
I called that, by the way. I was the first one to call that
Yeah, you were the first one to
Yeah.
call it,
ever.
as far as I know. Oh, so what's your thing?
I don't know. Was we on my thing or your thing?
I don't know what we was. Oh, it was your would you rather?
Oh yeah, utopia.
And I would rather
dystopian.
live in a utopia.
Supreme
society.
leader. You
That-
may refer to me
that
as
makes sense.
the supreme leader.
That
yeah.
makes sense. Was that what you would? I feel like I would go for maybe Emperor as my title.
Supreme Emperor?
Pharaoh.
Whoa, let my people go.
Yeah. Caesar.
That's a good one.
Czar's good.
Czar
too.
would be good, yeah.
Mhm.
Chancellor?
Chancellor's pretty good. I like Chancellor. But I think Supreme Chancellor.
Supreme Chancellor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My second thing.
Would it be Supreme Chancellor Dan or Supreme Chancellor Owings?
I feel like I'd have to come up with something else. Like Supreme Chancellor
Dino.
Dino?
Yeah, like dinosaur.
Yeah,
Except Dan.
okay.
Dan.
Sure.
Danny the dinosaur.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Or some older name or like,
Phineas.
Meat cleaver,
Oh. Supreme. What is it?
Supreme Chancellor Meat Cleaver. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Supreme Chancellor.
Give me some more time to brainstorm. I can
Pirate
probably-
Hook.
Yeah, something menacing.
Captain. What about Captain?
I don't know. You got like captains underneath you. You're
That's
the
Supreme Captain.
Yeah, even Supreme Captain implies that maybe somebody's above you, I think.
That's true.
All right. My second thing, it's another etiquette thing. Has anyone ever asked you, hey, did you fart?
Every day.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah.
So, here's the question. Let's just assume you want to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever lied about that?
Yes.
How often?
Not often.
1 out of every
100.
100.
Yeah.
When somebody straight up asked you, did you?
It depends the setting,
Uh-huh.
but yeah. If there's other people around,
Bro, did you just let one go? No. I smell it, though. You
smelled it, you dealt it.
And first one to do the one rhyme is the one to do the crime. Have I showed you that?
No.
There is a whole...
Yeah, you have.
Okay, there's a whole litany of rhymes, and I probably won't be able to find it very easily. Oh. So here's my question. Let's just assume that you want to be honest when
Yeah.
it comes to the answer to the question. Did you just let me go? Right? Oh, I found that. Whoever denied it supplied it.
Yeah.
Whoever detected it projected it.
Oh.
Whoever deduced it produced it. And here's my favorite one. Whoever made the rebuttal had it come out their butthole. So, let's just assume you want to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not going to lie about it. Certainly, there's a statute of limitations, right?
Of how long?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say I let one go 10 minutes ago, and it's still just hanging around. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
did you? At what point can I say no? Honestly,
Like when? Like
What's-
now?
what's
no,
the
no,
time?
You asked me.
did you fart?
Like right now? No.
So here's the question. So can you? What if 5 seconds ago? 10 seconds ago?
Like right now? Did
Yeah.
I like right now? No.
no.
I mean-
well, like in the
Like in the history of my life, yeah. I mean everybody does, but
that's my question, because I feel like sometimes, specifically in the house,
define ask me again.
did you fart?
Define just.
Sometimes the kids will walk into the room and be like, "Oh, Dad, did you fart?" I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I've been farting. You know what I mean? You walked into the room. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track of it.
Anything's possible.
I'm not gonna deny it. I
Yeah.
can't confirm it.
Because I don't want to be the one who supplied it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm by myself, it's just. I mean, I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go nose blind to it, and
yeah.
you're just fumigating the room.
Yeah.
Just dust cropping.
Yeah.
Crop dusting the whole room.
Yeah.
And you don't know. and then somebody walks in the room like, "Jesus," and then you say, "Well, I don't know, maybe."
Yeah.
So in just as a general rule,
Yeah.
what do you think the statute of limitations is?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So somebody walks in, bro. Did you just let one go?
Yeah, a couple minutes ago. I mean,
Maybe I'm not keeping track. It was maybe 5 minutes ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like at that point you can say no, it wasn't me.
I think it also depends if you're the only one in the room.
Mm-hmm.
If there's multiple people, you deny it as much as you want.
I've said this before.
I love this. It's one of my favorite things.
I don't know why I believe this, and I know I don't actually believe it. But somewhere in the recesses of my brain, I think that if I'm in a place where there's a lot of noise,
Yeah.
like a concert,
Right.
like I can fart and no one will smell it.
Yeah.
Like it's like, like where I would be around a lot of people, and then the thought would come up, like, oh, I kind of have to let one go. But
Yeah.
and then I had the thought, well, it'll be okay because all this loud music. You know what I mean? I actually have that. I'm like, no one's gonna smell it.
It's too loud in here.
Too loud to smell it.
Yeah.
But I'd like Mythbusters to do something on that.
Yeah.
I feel like I might be onto something. I don't know if the sound waves break it up or something.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe that on some level. You ever have a great place? Like, did you ever have a place in your life that was just a really safe place to let it go?
I don't know. I mean, define safe.
Gym class,
Yeah.
Elgin South Elementary.
Oh, like if you have to go and like it's got to come, let's find a place where I can do this.
Right.
I got you.
So
When you're running
Prospect,
laps around
Ohio.
the gym.
Yes, there it is. So we start every gym class off by doing about 10 laps. You know what I mean? And that's when I would let it go because the gym is very small. You know what I mean? And you're running, so nobody can quite pin it down. You know, and so I just get it all out of my system right there because I know we're about ready to do some sit-ups, and that's when it's going to want to happen. So if I let it all out of my system, then I'm good. I don't want to be halfway up the climbing rope and then all of a sudden
getting ready to ring the bell.
Yeah, and then you know. So that was for me. That was always a great place.
Yeah.
To let it go.
Jumping jacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously a loud concert.
Yeah. You said last week.
I said,
don't.
What last week?
I'm referring to the fart thing. That Michaela said if you fart, you are heavier
Yes.
than if you don't fart.
The math or the science works.
How does that work?
She could explain it to you, but somehow the air.
The hot air makes you lighter?
Yeah, it's less dense or it's more dense. I don't remember. She could explain it to you. She did a whole thing about it. It was her science class for the day.
I just have a hard time believing
Well,
that.
she wrote a whole paper on it. I could try to find it, but I'm not on
doesn't
Wi-Fi
matter.
right now.
So, is that your second thing?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my third thing. Have you ever, and don't refer to me because I don't,
Okay.
I'm not this bad. Someone worse than me. Have you ever been around someone who just lies and they can't help it? Like they, not me.
It feels
not
like
me.
a trick question.
No, it's not. So, okay, so I'll prep it up like this. There's a guy I used to work with.
Yeah.
I no longer work with this guy.
Matt Neff.
No.
Okay.
But this guy told me,
Yeah.
we were talking about like sports we played in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, one year I ran cross country.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't very good. I said I think my best time was like 18:50 or something. I said it was like a 6-minute mile at best.
Mm-hmm.
18 minutes, 3.1 mile. You know. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I ran cross country too. He said, I used to average. He goes, I could run a 4-minute mile, like during cross country.
That's
And
a 12-minute cross-country
A
race.
12-minute cross country.
You're winning
race.
nationals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he goes on to say, but like, he goes, I didn't win because the guy that like beat me ran 3:30. Like he averaged 3:30.
This person doesn't know what they're talking about.
No, and they're just lying.
They just can't help it.
They can't help it.
Do I know this person?
No,
Oh,
you might, but I doubt it.
okay.
I am blown away. Like you're speaking. I just told you I ran.
Mm-hmm. And you're just throwing numbers out.
No, normally I ran 21 minutes.
No, I'm just saying, like, this guy is just
Oh
throwing
yeah,
numbers
yeah.
out.
To
He
someone
has no
who has
reference point.
some knowledge, right?
Mhm.
So like my best race was like 18 something,
Mm-hmm.
but normally I was like 21 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it's a 7-minute mile, which is not fast.
I only ran when I was a freshman, and
Yeah.
I just had one sub 20. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Felt pretty-
that's not very good.
No, it's not.
You know,
Better than I could do today.
that is true.
Not on a bike, though.
Debatable.
Depends on how much downhill there is.
No, I'm just blown away by the arrogance, or I don't know what it is. Is it arrogance or
Moxie.
is it?
There's something that's
Yeah.
there just to, I mean, to be so specific.
Yo, he
I
gave
mean-
specific times and numbers.
Well, I mean, I think if I was just a compulsive liar and I
Yeah.
couldn't help myself,
Right.
and I didn't know anything about cross country, which obviously this guy doesn't because
Right.
it's a bad lie. And you said, well, I was in high school. I mean, it was okay at 18 minutes,
Yeah.
which is like a 6-minute mile. Then I would respond with, if I wanted to lie and make
Yeah.
myself look good, like I would probably say, I'd probably do the math and say, yeah, I was almost down to 5-minute mile. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was just
Like
about
15 minutes.
Yeah, it was just in the
pretty
15-minute
good.
mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
then it's totally believable.
Yes.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I would have been impressed
You'd be
by
like,
that.
wow, that's pretty impressive. But to just
Like he averaged a 4-minute
the
mile.
problem was the guy to just beat me was going 3:30.
Yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
he set a record, like a world Olympic record
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. At that point, I just didn't listen to him ever again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think lying is they say that when you remember something,
yeah,
you're not remembering it. You're remembering the last time you remembered it. And so, which is why there are lots of stories like take 9/11, for instance, in which people will swear up and down where they were,
right,
but then you go back and check the facts and they weren't there.
right,
And they're not trying to lie. They're not saying because it makes them look good. They're not
Right.
saying, well, I rescued somebody from the tower or something like that. They're just so convinced that
Right.
that's what it was because at some point they got it mixed up with something else. And then that's how they started telling the story.
right.
And so their brain, because you don't remember
evolves.
the event, you
Yeah.
remember the last time you remember it. And so you're not straight up lying. There's a difference between not telling the truth and lying.
Right.
And I think that happens, but with like a compulsive liar, I guess
They can't help it.
they just can't. I don't even know if they know they're doing it.
I think most people don't.
It's just
They
just
can't help it.
Mhm.
It's there.
Have you ever been in the middle of a lie that you didn't realize was a lie until you started saying it and then you just wrote it out?
No,
It happened to me. I wasn't.
I know when I'm lying, and I run with it.
It wasn't a lie. It wasn't anything that made me look good. It
Yeah.
wasn't. There was no benefit from it or anything like that. But we were saying something, and I started telling a story as if it was me. And then halfway through the story, I realized that wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was
I read that in a book.
guy that I was with or
Okay,
something. I
yeah.
was like there, but I wasn't the one
Oh,
that
yeah,
it
I
happened
gotcha.
to
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
But then halfway through the story, I was like, it's going to take more effort
To
be like,
backtrack.
wait a minute, that wasn't me.
Right.
And then to like go back and tell the story. So I just wrote it out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's wrong? I mean, I wasn't benefiting from the lie. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. I got no compensation for it.
What's the?
I don't even remember I don't even remember the story. I just remember that. Like
Okay, so tell me this: is it a scenario where there's a group of people sitting around like a campfire or a dining room table, and you're just telling stories?
yeah, that was the situation.
Yeah. So I think that's okay
Okay.
because I think sometimes you can enhance stories.
Yeah.
That's what I like to refer to it as. I'm enhancing the story.
Yeah.
And so what happened to that person
Yeah.
it enhances the story if I went through that.
Right.
Or there are details of the story.
What's like the whole, is it Dan Rather? Is he the one that lied about being in the helicopter? Was it Tom?
No.
Wasn't
Tom Brokaw.
Was it Tom Brokaw? Peter
think-
Jennings?
No, what's the other? Brian Williams.
Brian Williams,
Yeah.
that's who it was.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I watched this whole thing on it, and the person making like the documentary was trying to convince us, the listener,
Yeah.
that Brian Williams wasn't lying, that he was, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like, that one,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing, it's like, I ate 12 hot dogs, but I actually only ate 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or something like that. You know, that's a big lie. That's a whopper.
Yeah.
You know, that guy's a liar.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. And the person,
And he's the one reading the news.
yes, exactly.
So you can't have that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, that guy, all those guys.
Yeah. If you search Lauer on Google, YouTube, anything,
Matt Lauer,
Matt Lauer.
it's
everything.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not a good guy.
No, I don't want him associated with the show at all.
But Matt, you can come on anytime you want. We'll break it down. We'll talk to you.
Matt Lauer on Lauer Road.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, for about 5 minutes.
probably shouldn't bring your daughter that day.
We'll let him come out.
Maybe he's gotten
to tell the
maybe
truth.
he's gotten better. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope whatever he was dealing with, that he's not dealing with it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't remember the specifics. I
It
just
doesn't
remember
matter.
Some sort of female situation.
Yeah.
What a world we live in. All right.
Your third and final
my
thing.
third and final thing, actually, Jason, is my Netflix suggestion of the week. But I got more to say about it than just to say it's my Netflix suggestion of the week. So should we play the music now and then I do the thing? Or
I don't
should I
know.
do the thing and it leads to the music? I just can't quite.
We'll just. It's happening.
It's too late.
We'll do it live.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
All right, Jason. My I'll lead into it by saying this.
Yeah.
And I am going to get to my Netflix suggestion.
Should I do mine first?
Sure. Why don't you do yours first?
And then
we'll get it out of the way.
Roll with yours.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Stella, if you watched this with me or not. I watched it. I might have watched it by myself. The Old Guard. Did you watch that with me? No. Okay. I might have watched it with Harrison. I don't know. So The Old Guard is a movie where there are 4 warriors who have secretly protected humanity for centuries. And they are basically immortal.
I like it.
So they get shot and the bullets pop out. Like they drop to the ground like they're dead. And then their body regenerates and they come back alive.
Sure.
And over centuries, over, thousands of years, millennia, they've learned to fight really, really well. Right?
Well, as you would.
Yeah. So, there's, kidnapped orphans in Africa and they go and set them free. That type of stuff. And so they've made it their mission to try to help humanity with their special powers. And, the whole story is they get tricked into a situation where an evil company is trying to harness their power and to be able to sell it.
Okay.
So
and
it
where
was
can you watch this?
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's called The Old Guard. It's a Netflix original.
They're making a lot of those nowadays.
I'll tell you what. I was just scrolling through the Netflix original material. There's a lot. And I think it's good stuff. Stella and I
they're
watched
spending
one.
a lot of money.
We watched one the other day. It was actually produced in Mexico, I think. And it was called The Platform. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, that is wild. There's like a platform, a series of rooms, rather, like 300 rooms stacked on top of each other. And there's a hole in the floor on every one, a big square hole.
Okay.
And they're at the very, very top level. Each level has 2 people on it.
Okay.
At the very top level, a fresh cart of a platform of food, like fine dining, gets lowered. And it stops at each level for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And people eat.
So the bottom level is not a lot left for these guys.
There's nothing left.
Can they make their way up to the top level? Can they climb up?
They can't.
Mm.
And so every month, they get recycled to a new level.
Oh.
So there are some months where they're towards the top.
Are you going to be kind to the people beneath you?
Yeah,
or are
well,
you gonna-
none of them are.
Really?
None of them.
Would you be?
No. Well, and that's kind of the whole thing. It's actually a fascinating movie. It's, I think it's mostly, I mean, there's some things that are maybe, I wouldn't want my little kids watching it.
Sure.
But Estelle, did you like it, Estelle? Yeah. Yeah, she liked it. I thought it was very good. It's a psychological, like, what is going on, because it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
How would you treat people? How would you interact? What would you do in a situation like this?
Okay.
Fascinating.
All right.
So, the platform kind of
All right.
double whammy. The old
Jason-
guard and the platform.
It's fall.
Yes,
I'm in September.
it is.
It's fall.
Although it was like 87 degrees today.
Yeah. I had a pumpkin donut the other day.
Mm.
And
Where from?
Dunkin'.
Okay.
You know they're not Dunkin' Donuts anymore? They're just
What?
Dunkin'. They took out the donuts.
What?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
They're trying to get out of the donut game, get into the coffee game. That's the whole thing.
What are you dunking?
They still have donuts.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
what are you doing? I'm dunking donuts.
Apparently, where they're popular, they're just known as Dunkin'. That's like slang. Are you going to Dunkin'? Hey, give me a Dunkin'. I want to go to Dunkin'. You know, did you get those donuts from Dunkin'?
Well, that
kind
could
of
be a
thing.
nickname.
Well, they just went with it. They just
Okay.
dropped the donuts.
I don't
Kinda
like it.
Facebook dropped the, you know. So, it tasted like fall,
Mm.
the pumpkin donut.
Pumpkin spice?
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I'm not sure. It just said pumpkin donut. And it tasted like fall. And I started thinking about fall. And so, really quickly, my Netflix suggestion of the week is Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. Because for me, a fall tradition is that I watch the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition in the fall.
Yeah.
Sometimes during the rest of the year, I might turn it on just to have it on. But I watch it on purpose every fall. Like,
At what age? Because my kids asked me recently, could we watch Lord of the Rings? At what age is Lord of the Rings appropriate?
well, it's PG-13. I would say depends on the kid.
Yeah.
You know, I think some kids might be
Could-
ready as early as 8, 9.
Okay, so Teddy is 8.
Mm-hmm.
He was asking. I think him and Gus both.
Yeah. I think some kids might be ready that early. Some kids might be 12 or 13, you know,
Yeah.
before they could really handle it. I mean, there's some violence in it.
I think the violence is fine. I think the part that is freaky is the orcs
Yeah.
coming
they're
out of the
scary.
ground, born like they're
Yeah.
drawn out from the mud.
Yeah.
It could be very scary.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I stretch the limit. You know this. I stretch the limit with my kids. We watch things that are probably slightly beyond them at times. But, you know, I don't know. I just don't know what age Lord of the Rings.
I think I let my kids start watching it around 11.
Okay.
But Abby was not interested.
Yeah.
Still isn't.
Yeah.
So,
Does that make you sad a little bit?
a little bit, but she's a bit of a rebel. She's kind of like. She's
So
kinda
you have to
doing that
come
with
across
Star
as like,
Wars. She's
I
doing
don't
that
want
with
you to
some
watch
other
it.
things.
It's okay. I don't want you to watch
She's
it.
like, I don't like that. You guys like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's your thing. I don't like it. You know. Okay. All right.
That's fine.
You like
You
your
don't
stuff.
know it's
we like
good.
our stuff. So for me, it's a fall tradition.
Yeah.
The pumpkin donut, all of these things start to make me think of fall. So I just thought we have 2 minutes, Jason.
Oh.
I don't know how long our music
Mount
lasts.
Rushmore of.
Fall traditions.
Oh, I was going to say seasons.
Okay. Mount Rushmore of seasons.
Okay. The George Washington is summer.
Okay. Because of Independence Day is 4th.
I think all of it. All of
Okay.
it together.
All right.
I think Abraham Lincoln is probably fall.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Spring is probably
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. I was going to say
Mhm.
that. And then Teddy is
winter.
Is winter.
It's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
So we got 2 minutes.
We got 1 minute.
No, we got 2 minutes. We go to 52.
2 minutes. Yeah.
A minute and a half.
Okay.
Fall traditions.
Yes. Campfire.
Campfire.
Yeah. Sweat. Hoodie.
A hoodie is not a tradition. A hoodie is something you wear.
Oh, I thought we're things associated with fall.
No. Traditions. Things you got to do every fall.
Fall, Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
High school football game.
It feels very, yeah. I mean, if we're in England, it's Saturday soccer.
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, growing up, you're talking about, this is the Mount Rushmore, so these things are iconic.
Trick-or-treating.
Yes. Carving pumpkins.
Apple bobbing.
No.
Apple
When's the last
picking.
time you bobbed for apples? Not iconic
Third grade?
enough. No.
Guy Fawkes Day.
Remember the 4th of November?
I thought it was the 5th.
Whatever.
One of those days.
I don't remember it. I love it. Have you
ironic.
seen V from Vendetta?
I've seen it.
Oh, fabulous movie.
Pumpkin
Carving.
pumpkin patch. I like a good pumpkin patch. You pick out your pumpkin. Corn maze. That's a fall tradition.
It is.
I feel like campfire is a thing, though.
It
Like,
is. It's
out
an activity.
by the fire.
Yeah.
Football is somehow involved.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel like high school football more than college football?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's something special about Friday Night Lights.
Why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Why don't we pick this up next week? Write into
Okay.
the show. Tell us what you think.
Yes.
Because we're basically out of time.
We are.
All right. Well, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.